Welcome back, Hobble Collectors and Diecast, to another episode of Cribb's Garage. Today's episode, we're going to look at the Mazda 787B from Hot Wheels and talk about the story of it and all that. But before, I have a little PSA, and we all have gotten castings from one way or another where they're not really our cup of tea, and so we end up use them as trade bait or stuffing them in as quote extras unquote for trades or rayokes or whatnot. So just to get rid of them, and we're all guilty of it. So anyhow, here in California, which by the way is 34 degrees this morning, so it's freezy balls for us here. I know it's a lot colder where some of you guys are at, but that's cold for here. Anyhow, so we like to recycle, repurpose, and here's an example of repurposing a casting that or maybe it's a beater or something like that you don't want, but you have it laying around. You don't really want to throw it away, so you repurpose it, and yeah, here you go. There is your repurpose. And not that I condone any of this stuff here, although it's legal here in California. But yeah, so that's Matchbox or match bowl, or you can call it a pot wheel if you want. But anyhow, I thought that was pretty funny. Little humor there for you this morning. But hey, let's get to the video. Right. Okay, so the Mazda 787B was in 1991. Le Mans, the whole country of Japan was watching the Mans race. You know, Le Mans from Ford v Ferrari, and Mazda is not synonymous with winning or racing, really. But in 1991, yeah, the whole country of Japan was watching it on TV because it was actually literally on every broadcast channel. So if you wanted to watch Friends, good luck. The only thing on was the Le Mans race. So in the 80s, basically, in the Le Mans rules, you kind of were mad scientists were just making all these crazy engines, and the cars were going faster and they were crashing, and so they decided that the FIA, which is the governing body of Le Mans, wanted to adhere to the rules of like Formula One. So all the cars had to have pistons in them. And Mazda, as you know, had a rotary engine designed by Felix Winkel. So in 1992 is when they were going to start the, pistons only type of engines and get away from the crazy different things that were going on at the time. So 1991 was the last year for Mazda to be able to use their rotary engine for the race. So Miguel Stroud designed the 787. And he added a full carbon fiber Monty cockpit for lightness, and then the new R26B engine with four rotor engine. Now, the Mazda couldn't really keep up with the big guns, the Ferraris, the Mercedes, Jaguars, Porsches, and stuff like that. But what it did do was it kept pace, and it was reliable, so it didn't break down. So it wasn't as fast as the other cars, but it didn't break down. And some of those cars, they would change engines during the 24-hour Le Mans. They would, to keep it going. So that year, they had 3 cars and a spare. One of the 787s from the previous year, numbered 56, driven by Diodane, Yorino, and Terada. There's always 3 drivers per car, and 2 brand new 787Bs. One of them was driven by Maurizio Sandro and Sela, who replaced the newly retired Katamaya, Johansson, and Kennedy, the number 18 car. And then the number 55 car, this one here, was a hodgepodge of drivers, Wilder, Herbert, and Goucher. or I say Vider, and it was funny because the Johnny Herbert was a Formula One driver who got in a wreck and basically lost one of his feet, so he only had like one foot. And then the one was a rookie driver, Vider, and then there was a guy that was gas shot, Bertrand gas shot, who had just gotten out of prison for throwing gas on a cab driver in a car anger management thing situation. Um, Anyhow, so those were the three guys, and then so at the 22nd hour of Le Mans, the number 55 car took the lead after a Mercedes C11 of Alain Ferte was forced to pit with mechanical problems at the last pit stop, and then Herbert asked to stay in the car and went on to take the 787 B across the finish line and completing 362 laps and covering 4,932.2 kilometers, both new records for the recently modified circuit. The two cars finished sixth, number 18, and eighth, the number 56. So here's the number 18. And speaking of which, this was the normal paint job for the Mazda, but when a clothing company, I forget what they're called, Rowan, I think, or something like that, sponsored them, and this is the winning car that had this paint job here. So that was it as far as this one here goes, the winning car. After that, they couldn't use the rotary engine, and then this is the Ethne Mazda 787B, which we're going to look at these. It was a Group C sports prototype racing car that competed in the 24-hour Le Mans, and it was the first Japanese car to win the race and the only rotary-powered vehicle to do so. The Elfin, this one here, 787B, was sponsored by Mazda's luxury vehicle division, Ethne. So that's what that is there. So there's the story of the car itself. And now let's go to looking at the castings and let's check out the Hot Wheels. So Mark Jones designed this in 2018, and here's the this came out in the Car Culture Circuit Legends. It's got the white RRAs in the front and the chrome rim gold RREs in the back. It actually has a opening bonnet that I think it comes off, and they started out with a plastic scoop. I think now they have metal. So there's that one. Up next is the one I just showed you. The Ethne, and this one came from 2020, Car Culture Team Transport. So there's a trailer came. I bought this one loose on eBay without the trailer. That's kind of neat that you could actually buy some premiums loose in mint condition like this with a lot less money. And this has the same wheels as the first one I just showed you. Pretty bitchin' little car. And I think you guys, I told you 100 times that I've been driving Mazda pickup trucks for a while. I've had 3 of them in my lifetime. So I got a little feel for the Mazdas. That same year, 2020, they had this guy here. This is from the Replica Entertainment Gran Turismo. That's that car video game. This has the black RR 5 SPM wheels on it. Nice kind of a satiny black. Oh, it's got the Gran Turismo logo on there. And then up next, 2023, the mainline retro racers. You got the beautiful Spectraframe blue, or metallic blue, I guess you can call it, metal flake blue, with the aero disc in the front and the chrome gold 5-spoke wheels in the back. Got this one here. Oh, this is a Money Tree exclusive. Dollar Tree exclusive, I should say. Maybe Money Tree. Money Tree, Dollar Tree, whatever you want to call it. This one, these do not have opening hoods, and I might be wrong. Does this one have an opening? No, it does. Well, maybe it does. I'm not gonna. Yeah, it does have opening. The premiums do. The main lines don't. Here's another 2023 from the Retro Racers. Same wheels. This beautiful black and gold. It's the number 18. Goodyear. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it doesn't look like the main lines have opening bonnets on them. All right. Moving on. Again, in 2023, we got the third variation, and this one's in this kind of a really dark red color. This one has the white aero disc with the gray 5-spoke wheels in the back. So you got the color variations plus the exclusive for the Dollar Tree, Money Tree. Okay, and then here is the actual paint job of the car that won Le Mans, and this came from the Hot Wheels race day 2024. It's got the white aero disc and the chrome gold spoke wheels. And let's see what else we got. So there's that one. And then also from 2024. Now this is pretty cool. This is, I talked about this earlier in a video. This is the Super Treasure Hunt. Actually, there's the package for it, and I bought it, paid for it loose, but the guy shipped it with the opened packaging, which is really cool of him to do that. And at first I thought it was, somebody was selling them. I think he had like stock and stuff. I was like, how do you have stock? These things are supposed to be super treasure hunts and limited. And I think some of you guys were talking about like these employees at the Malaysia were doing the old lunchbox kind of a trick where they were taking them out of the factories and selling them. So, but that's not what this is. This was actually a guy that had it and opened it up and it sold it to me, and it was not even close to what they're selling for a package. So I was lucky to get it at a fairly decent price. So that was pretty cool. And then the one that I was waiting, the very last piece, is this one here. from the hammer drop. And we're going to crack her open. This is for this year. And she's a beauty. Nice flat black. It's got the gold chrome rim, RR6 SPs all around. And yeah, so still to this day, well, it's because they outlawed the rotary type engines. It's the only one that's ever won a race like that. So let's take a little overview. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's every casting of the 787B Mazda from Hot Wheels. I got them all. Every one of them. All of them. Anyways, happy Saturday. Happy hunting. Out.